Guys, today I'm going to show you how to change your fuel pump in a 2004 to 2008 F-150. What I'm going to be putting in today is this 340 liters per minute pump, because the stock pump is maxed out on this setup. So far you need just basic hand tools. These two bolts hold up the tank. They're 14s. I use my power ratchet with a long extension. So far all I had to use was the 932 and the 732 to loose the neck. And then from there, you're gonna get the tank to sit somewhere like this, and you're gonna see the hose clamp to remove the rubber that holds the neck in, and from there, we'll be able to drop the tank. So, without further ado, I'm gonna do that and get back with you guys. So, this is where I'm at. This is right by the rear strut. If I can get it to show, wherever the hell it is. Alright, so yeah, we're right by the rear strut. And then up in there, you can see, for me, it was a 1/4 inch to loose the hose clamp. And then I'm just gonna slide that off. And now the tank is gonna drop as low as it can go. And from there, we'll be able to reach and disconnect the rest of the fuel lines. So, fuel tank is basically off now. I had to take the 1/4 inch to loose this rubber hose off the tank. But this is what took the longest, was the plugs and stuff right here. So, if I can reach this plug, oh, there's still a lot of fuel in it, but for this, you gotta pull this out with like a pick, and then you have to push in this part. I don't know if you can see, really tell. So you gotta push this part and pull this pop out, and then you gotta pull up the whole thing while pushing in on this part. That's how you release 2 of these. The other big hose is just it looks just like this, but it's just smooth. So you just gotta push on it and pull up. The wiring harnesses, that was another pain. So what you have to do, you can see how the clip looks on the big one, it's smooth. But what you have to do for this one here is take a screwdriver and pop up the square piece from here, and then pulls out. And then the other one, which is somewhere, I see it, but no. Come down. This is the one that disconnects off the fuel pump. You gotta release this and then just pull straight out. You gotta give it some force though. Finally got the tank out. What I ended up having to do is jacking the truck on the side because of how low it is, with 2 stands, and then pulled out the tank. So now what I'm gonna do, you gotta take your screwdriver, you're gonna beat it, or a screwdriver and a flathead or whatever, and beat it this way until the ring comes off completely. So I'm gonna do that off camera and then get back with you guys. Now that you remove that, we're dealt with one of these clips again. So you're gonna pop the inner piece off and then push on it and pull it out. And then from there, I'll show you how to put in the DW 300. And it's gonna be the same setup if you're running stock, because I am gonna delete this part of the original line to put in a new piece. Okay, so it looks something like this. You have to cut the original clamp and pull the hose off and disconnect it, so everything comes out. This will just pull out, then this comes out after you take up the 2 3/8 bolts, and then that's how it comes out. And then you just gotta install it in the opposite direction. The thing I want to point out is, before you put in your bolts, make sure it lines up properly right here. So it's got to be like this. Before you put in your bolts, it's gonna look like this, and then the way it's designed with this sock is just gonna go and slide right over. I'm not too sure if this one will fit, so if anything, I might have to use the original one. I'm gonna figure that out part right now. I ended up using a stock sock because this one kind of sat all the way in, and I didn't really like that. For safety, just for peace of mind, I put in this one because nothing was wrong with it. You just tap it in a little bit with a screwdriver back, and it goes in. And put in back the 2 3/8 bolts. Everything should settle in. So now for the hose part, what I'm gonna do is just what I did, because I got to save the original hose. I just put some white lithium grease and I'll slide it down. But I just tighten down this clamp, and then should be all set to throw back inside. I got it all assembled. This is how it looks. And my little assistant came outside. Max. Max? He's acknowledging me, but he doesn't want to turn. Oh, there he goes. Alright, so now we're going to just put it back in the tank. I'm just going to put it in now, but do not forget to put in this hose. So now all you got to do is just beat it the opposite way. And what I did is I put some WD-40 to help slide it a little better. So I'm going to do that, get the tank under the truck, and just show you how to rehook up all the lines, and then we should be set. Alright, we finally got it all back together. So this truck is a factory supercharged, and they use the stock pump. So as soon as you put the supercharger pulley on it, it used to get a fuel cut. And when we got it dyno tuned, we didn't know about that, and it got fuel cut around 3,000 RPM, so just moving off basically. So putting back everything together, the only big pain in the ass is getting the fuel neck all situated. This, you just got your 3 bolts back in there. I found it easiest to just put the fuel cap back on to help you line it up. When it came to this, putting that back in, I did the front strap first, and I had to get my dad to help me because it's hard to do it with one person. And you left the back to sag. That's when you connect all your lines and then reconnect the fuel neck. Come back to the front. You may have a problem where the strap doesn't want to go on. So I just took a hammer and beat it, and then it did go on flat around the tank. Then we did the rear, just jacked it up, same thing as the front. And then you got a fully working fuel pump. So hope this video helps, because I know not a lot of people have a proper detailed video out there. Thanks. Like and subscribe for more videos on this, my dad's Dodges, my car, and any others in the driveway.